I remember when I was packing and getting ready to leave for college, and I stopped when I came across my favorite nightshirt. And it was just a plain gray t shirt with four lines across it that say in German, Herr Otto Walter Tetzlaff, der Mann, der Mythos, die Legende, which in English means Otto Walter Tetzlaff, the man, the myth, the legend. And this shirt belonged to my grandfather. It had been made for him by some of his students that he taught German to at Angelo State University. And I absolutely loved this shirt because it always reminded me how influential and beloved he was to so many people. And so, whenever I wear this shirt, it always makes me think about his life and how much he achieved and how much he taught me. And he actually was born in Germany during the Nazi regime, and he luckily survived that and moved to America as a young adult in search of an education and a better future. And he worked super hard to fund his own education and eventually did graduate with a PhD in English, math, and German. And, those times really taught him the importance of education and really instilled in him sort of his identity within education. So whenever his first grandchild came around, which was me, he really made it his goal to teach me the worth of education too. And I remember growing up, I hated math. It was very hard for me. And I remember him spending hours with me, helping me to learn math and helping me understand it and teaching me tricks to make it easier. And I remember if he went out of town, I would call him on the phone and he would sit there and help me work through every problem, no matter how long it took. And, I went from hating math to actually somewhat enjoying it. And so, later when I was about 12, he started to ask me about college and if I'd thought about going or where I might want to go. And I knew that he'd spent some time studying at UT. And when I told him that my dream was to go to UT too, he started a college fund for me. I didn't know about it. And so years later when I was a senior and I found out I had been accepted to UT, I was so ecstatic. The only thing that would have made it better is if my grandfather had been alive to see it. But, I knew it was all because of him, and I knew I'd be able to go because I learned from my mom that he had been putting away this money for me the whole time in this college fund, and that he had saved up enough money for my entire undergraduate education. So I just, he gave me so much, and he was, a best friend and a mentor. And to this day, I still wear his shirt, and it just makes me think about his life and, what he created and provided for those of us that he left behind. And, he transformed from a poor little boy in Nazi Germany to a successful family man and a successful professor in America. And, to this day, everybody that knows him, including myself, will always think of him as Otto Walter Tetzlaff, the man, the myth, the legend.